Good morning, everybody. Um, I'm just sitting here. It's about 9:20 in the morning. Just on the computer before I go to work for the day. Just had a few things on my mind that I wanted to clear, and I felt that I just had to share with people. And just basically give some enlightenment. Give some motivation to somebody. It's just something that's been on my mind, and I feel that the longer I keep it in, the more I feel I'm not doing the right thing. As a young man, as a young entrepreneur, and as a black man, I just feel like in our community, in the black community, we lack a few ingredients, which is holding back our progression as a community, you know. And this really comes down to support, lack of support for each other in our different endeavors. You know, I can give an example. Our Asian brothers and sisters, as you can see, it's not hard to see. You go out on any high street, they own most of the shops, they own most of the businesses. And on top of that, they also own most of the, I would say, um, black products that black people consume, like hair and beauty, the butchers where we buy our meats and things like that, places where we buy our clothes, so many different examples. They own these businesses. And why is that? Why is it that they own businesses which clearly are things that we should be doing? We should be owning our own hair and beauty stores. We should be owning our own butchers, because these are the things that we consume, so we should be able to sell it. There's no black people owning, I don't know, like Asian restaurants. Have you ever heard of a black person that owns an Indian restaurant? Or so why is it that they own our hair and beauty stores? Why is it that they own butchers where we buy our meat from? Why is that? One simple thing. Asian people, they humble themselves. Yeah? They humble themselves. They would sell black people's products because they know the money is there. And they humble themselves. They find out about the product, they find out about what we use, and they get on with it and they sell. And number two, they support themselves. They can have a plan, they'll get together, they trust each other, and they'll get it done. And they build businesses. I'm talking multi-million businesses. Like, it's just, I don't know what to say, but we need to do better as a race. We need to do better as a community. We need to get together more. We need to talk more. We need to learn to trust each other more. I think trust is a big issue, because black people feel that, if I trust him, he's going to do one over me and all this. The mentality needs to change. And we also seem to have this mentality that somebody needs to take care of us, or we need to be under somebody. We need to be in a secure place where you can have somebody that you can call your boss. Or come on, man, it's to get that mentality out of your head. Kids that are growing up now, black kids that are growing up now, unfortunately, they're not seeing enough business owners. They're not seeing, their parents going to open their shops, or their parents, calling their staff and saying to their staff, I need you to get. They're not seeing that. They're seeing their parents rushing to work, all sorts of hours in the day, coming back late, not being able to spend enough time with them, constantly stressed about work. And that's what they see, and that's what they grow up with. They grow up with that same mentality that, oh, I must work for somebody. That's the only way I'm going to make a living. That's the only way. Your kids start growing up with this same fear that you grew up with, that if I don't have a job, if I'm not employed by somebody, I'm not going to make it in life. And I think our parents are also to blame, especially in the African community. They put a lot of pressure on you that, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be this. These are all institutions where you basically are owned by somebody. Do you understand? They put that mentality into us that we have to be owned by somebody. And that is wrong. We need to get that out of our heads. Again, our Asian brothers and sisters, yeah, most of them are self-employed. They have this mentality. Not saying that they won't work for somebody, but they have this mentality that one day I need to own my own. Yeah, and this is the same way their kids grow up. Their kids grow up seeing their parents as shop owners, as business owners, as people that have their own entities. And their kids, they grow up to emulate the same thing. They grow up, they get an education, they use that education and go and start working for their parents. So they become their parents' accountant, they become their parents' lawyer, they become their parents' consultant. In their own right, they're self-employed, they have their own business. And that's how they build a community. Everybody is educated. Everybody use their education to better each other, not to better themselves. They're never thinking about, I need to go and get this job so that I can work the rest of my life and I can. You're not getting nowhere. We're all here to help each other. If we helped each other more as a race, as a community, we got together more to see what we can do about these things instead of always just talking. Like, I'm talking right now, but even me myself, I need to start making moves. I need to really start making moves because for me, I'm not happy with the way things are. It's like sometimes you're even afraid to make a statement because you feel that, people in your community are going to be like, who does he think he is? He might have a business, but who is he to tell me how, this and that? But that's not it, people. I'm not trying to judge anybody. I know we all need to live. We all got bills to pay. And I respect that. I respect anybody, out there working, making money. Because at the end of the day, you're hustling. You're doing what you have to do to provide for your children. But at the same time, we need to look to the future. As a people, as a race, we are the next generation. Let's forget about what our parents did and what happened to them and slavery and all this. We need to stop with the excuses. There's no more excuses anymore. It's down to you now. You're the next generation. The kids that you're having, they'll be the generation after you. Do you understand? So we need to start influencing them. We need to start influencing them in the right way because nothing's going to change if you don't pass on certain things to your kids. You need to show your kids that, the way forward is them being, positive, being able to have a good education. Even if they don't have a good education, teach them confidence in themselves to be able to go out in the world and get what they want. They need to be fearless. They need to look at you and see what you're doing with your life. Even if you're in full-time employment, you should be going for the highest position in wherever you are. Do you understand? You should be showing them that, look, I make decisions. I'm a decision maker. People count on me. If I'm not at work today, people count on me, not because, I'm not there to flip the burgers or to, I'm not there and a decision won't be made because of me. You understand? You need to be a boss in what you do. You need to be a boss and stop looking at the boss. You understand? If you hate your boss, you need to take his job. That's what you need to do. You need to be scheming to take your boss's job. And if you can't take your boss's job, you're in the wrong place. Simple as that. So just a bit of motivation, just a bit of, not even motivation, I just want to get that off my chest straight up. And whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And it's all about influencing the next generation, yeah? Peace.